We're going to talk about the UK police today. A huge disgrace with a video that came out of them arresting an autistic girl at her home for suspectedly homophobic offense, which is apparently something you can get arrested for in the UK. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try not to get angry in this video. And there's also been a statement by the police department, and we're going to get into that a little bit. But I have made some videos not that long ago involving police and in support of the police when dealing with the craziness of Kai Cenat in New York, the fans and the rioters who took advantage of the situation, as well as the one Karen with the police officers who tried to threaten her boyfriend with the cops. But in this situation, it's got me really riled up, and I'm going to try not to get too aggressive. I'm going to try to be as calm as I can and not curse in this video, because this situation has my blood boiling so hard you cannot understand. But basically, the story goes that this girl was getting arrested because she suspectedly said that one of the officers looked like her lesbian nana, and that was enough to set her off to the point where she wanted to arrest the girl. Keep in mind, this girl is autistic, but she still wants to abuse her power.
Let's start with this shocking footage from the UK where an autistic 16-year-old girl was arrested, dragged away by half a dozen West Yorkshire police officers because she said a female officer looked like her lesbian nana. Her mother desperately tries to intervene, but to no avail. The terrified girl was dragged away and served with a homophobic public order offence. Let's have a look.
She's autistic. I don't care. She's autistic. I know you're okay. I'm telling you, I've got Eunice coming. She's going to be arrested tonight. You bitch, what will you buy it for? Calm down. She's autistic. Can you stop staring at her, please? She's got autism. Can you just stand there? She's in a cupboard. She can't go anywhere. She can't go anywhere. Then she said the word lesbian. Her nana is a lesbian. She's married to a woman. She's not homophobic. Look what you're clenching your fist. Go away from my teenage daughter.
What is wrong with you?
There is something wrong with you, mate. She's autistic. She don't like people touching her. She will have a meltdown. She won't come out. She's got autism. I'm Lisa.
So she can come out. We're trying not to do this, aren't we? We've been trying for a long time.
She has done nothing wrong.
In a statement released on Friday, it said, in relation to an incident in Leeds on Monday, where a 16-year-old girl was arrested on suspicion of a homophobic public order offense. West Yorkshire Police has now reviewed the evidence and made the decision to take no further action. This concludes the criminal investigation and immediately releases the girl from her bail. Her family has been updated. West Yorkshire Police's Professional Standards Directorate is continuing to carry out a review of the circumstances after receiving a complaint in relation to the incident. Now, in the video, you can see clearly that the mom is pleading and trying to fight on behalf of her daughter, and she even tells her she is autistic, she has a nana who is married to another woman, she is a lesbian, but it doesn't make her homophobic. And almost immediately, this piece of crap interrupts her, by the way, says, I don't care, she's going to get arrested. She's not trying to de-escalate the situation. She tries to get them arrested. First of all, you see in the footage, there is a bunch of officers there. There is more than like 4. I think someone said 5, 6, or 7 officers there. It doesn't matter. All of them enter the home and are trying to get this girl out of what looks like a little cupboard basement area where she's hiding. She's hitting herself in the head because she's freaking out about what the situation is escalating. And these cops do not give one iota of a care, and they still try to rip her out of her family's arms. The fact that this is something that can happen in the UK is a complete disgrace. As someone who lives in the US, as an American, I clown on the UK. You know, I jokingly mention that we're better than you. But this is an instance of showing why we are superior to the UK, all right? Freedom of speech. In most places, and in this time right now, if you accuse someone of being gay or lesbian or part of the LGBT community, that's not seen as an offense. If anything, it's accepted by society at large, and most people would be happy. It's like, oh, you think I'm gay or lesbian? Wow, thank you for the compliment. They see that as a compliment. But apparently in the UK, where you do not have freedom of speech, you can get arrested for the mere accusation or the mere mention that someone, apparently, she said, looks like her lesbian nana. This is why America is better than the UK. You cannot tell me that you are better than us when this is the type of shit that you can get arrested for.
Douglas, this is just appalling conduct by the police. That poor girl was so distressed at one point, she was hitting herself in the head, hiding in the cupboard. What were they thinking, having 7 officers drag her away in that manner?
What were they thinking? What are their priorities? And what on earth is the guidance from the top of the police that would even suggest that this was suitable behavior from police officers? I mean, the girl in question, as you just said that the police officer looked like her nana, her grandmother, who apparently is a lesbian. So you would have thought from that they could work out that this wasn't even the offence that they claimed it was. Secondly, you might have thought they might have had some perspective on the idea that of all of the crimes and unsolved actual incidents that occur in a country like Britain, this might not be the priority for more than half a dozen officers. And then you might have thought they'd have the human empathy to just notice that they shouldn't mistreat this young woman in this way. But none of that seemed to have occurred to them, even as they were on camera. And you can see there at the end that deeply unpleasant, clearly, female officer, looking like she's triumphant. Well done her. Well done for intimidating and bullying this poor young girl who didn't do anything wrong.
Look at this. Look at how they drag her out of the house. Apparently, it's mentioned in the video that they explained to the officers that she has scoliosis, and yet they try to drag her out like a doll, almost like a pet or an animal that they don't know how to subdue. They don't know how to get it going. And the officer, quote-unquote officer in question, just smugly stands there looking at her like they took care of the filth. Like, that is the type of look that she has for the girl. Let me catch anyone pretending to uphold the law, trying to arrest my children for saying something that could be interpreted as offensive. If you try to come into my house and you try to pull this stunt in my house, I promise you, I will give you a warning. You have 3 seconds to turn around or your body will hit the ground cold and with the hole in it. You will not live to see the next day. I promise you that. I promise you that. No way in God's green earth or hell will you ever try to rip my children away from me like the way this girl was disgracefully treated. She was treated like an animal, and this woman viciously gives her a look of satisfaction that she was the one responsible for getting this girl arrested. These cops should resign. No, they should be fired, and they should be held responsible for everything. All right, the trauma that they caused the family and the poor girl. All right, everyone in the UK needs to demand their badges now. I don't know how it works in the UK, but if you don't see how this is a clear violation of your rights, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. You try to pull that shit over here, you're not leaving, all right? You are not leaving. These people better pray and be grateful to God or whoever the hell they believe in, to their politicians or whoever is giving them paychecks. They better pray that they get to sleep at their bed that night, okay? Because in other parts of the country, that doesn't go well, all right? That shit doesn't happen. You don't just do that to people and not expect a response. This is why you need to be responsible. When you sign up to become an officer of the law, you have to take responsibility. You are given obligations and duties. You are the one who keeps the peace. You are the one responsible for making sure that our streets are safe, our homes are safe. And when you abuse your power because of your fragile ego, the way the world is right now with technology, phones, there are literally cameras and voice recorders everywhere. You can't go far without someone taking a picture of you, taking a video of you, taking audio of you. You will be found. All right. What were these people thinking and acting this way? Misbehaving. It's a shameful disgrace. Absolute disgrace. All right. Justice needs to be had for this girl. There is no way any amount of words, especially over here across the pond or across the lake, like y'all said over there is no way anything like that would even remotely constitute that what you guys did as a necessary or an equal response for an off comment that, again, someone who has autism has. This is a little bit more heated than my other videos are, but this was absolutely insane. I cannot believe that for something so minor, actions like this were escalated to this height. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about.